When students are in Google Classroom, there's a number of places to look for information. The stream is kind of like an ongoing news feed of posts that the teacher has made in date order. So you can see here all the posts that occur each day, and they have attachments. So that runs in time. The next thing that is probably a little more easy for students to find information at is the classwork tab. So if students click on classwork, there are a number of topics to the left. Students can only see the topics that have information in them. So, for example, our upcoming units on weather and climate and electricity have no posts in them, so students would not see these topics yet. Students can find the daily planner with links and lesson instruction videos in the daily planner each day. Students can find their own digital notebook under the My Structure and Function Digital Notebook tab. And then there's also a student teacher digital notebook that is the example notebook that I have students have view only access to so that they can use that as a resource. Any classwork that we talk through as a class, I'll often put that work into our student teacher shared copy of the digital notebook. Student work is a section in Classroom, Google Classroom, where work samples that have been scanned have been placed. So your students, when they're finished with their assignments, the assignments get graded and scanned, and then there's a digital version. So it's a large file of all student work for that assignment in that class. So first period, this is all first period's work for investigation 2.3. So students need to go in and screen capture a photo of their work and paste it into their own digital notebook up here. Structure and function is our current unit. So every day there's a dated post here with the lesson title for what we're doing. And when you look at the post, it gives some information related to what they should be doing, information on homework, and all of the resources available. So if a student will click view material, they can see everything that has been accessed for the lesson for that day. Students can also see that there is a section for lab demonstration videos. If students are absent and they would like to see some of the hands-on learning that they have missed that we're experiencing in class, they can click on this link, and then it's like it'll ask to verify login with Google, and then they're able to view any of the lab demonstration videos for the labs that we're doing in person. The learning log section is an area where students do their science show and tell. And every 2 weeks, they will come home and tell you about the learning that they are doing in class, explaining some concepts. And then a Google form needs to be completed called the learning log. So in here, you'll see a What is Learning Log YouTube video going into a little more detail, and the learning log form that students need to complete with their families in order to get a grade for that assignment. Here you'll find both textbooks, both in English and Spanish, of our structure and function unit that we're on right now. And students can access any information that they need in the textbook. Also, Quizlet are some resources for flashcard study guides. So every lesson that we do, before there's a lesson quiz, there's Quizlet flashcards available for them to use as a study tool. Those flashcards have pictures on them. They also can read to the student with an audio button, so they're a very useful resource. This section is where assessments get posted for students to complete. And this is just some various information that is helpful building wide. So there's the student handbook, how to sign up to see your counselor. I put the What is a Learning Log video in here, and our remote learning schedule in the event that we do have a remote learning day for some reason. So those are all of the things for students to know about what their work looks like. Now, on the student side of things, I think that there is under stream on the left-hand side here, something that maybe says to-do list, or it could be when they're back in Google Classroom when it looks like this and they're in their classrooms. Here it is. There's a to-do list right here. And that can help them to see what's been posted in Google Classroom they might need to complete. Keep in mind, nothing in Google Classroom is graded in Google Classroom. So to check on student work, it's important to be using Skyward. That is where things are marked as missing and grades are entered only in Skyward. And that is it as far as a tour of Google Classroom.